Alright, how you doing, guys? For all you guys that want to install any fog lights, basically from the '05 model, which is these, and you have an eBay cable. Alright, this is the exterior, and I've seen some YouTube videos, and they did all the steps except one, and I'm just testing it here. I'm gonna show you how to get the whole thing started. So I'm not going to install anything yet because, as you can see, this is a '02 Honda Civic, which pretty soon it will be an '05. Alright, so I'm going to show you. I actually ran my power wire, not like anybody else, but you know, I took this panel here off and I fed it through so I can hide it well and not through the fenders. And it actually I took my glove box out and I ran it through and fed it through the blower because there's a big ass opening, so I said fuck it. Alright, so when everybody has issues on is this little guy here. They say that it stays on constantly and you need a kill switch. You do not need a kill switch. What you're gonna have to do is it came with the stock harness, a brown one, as you can see, and it actually says marked on there ignition. Actually, it's upside down. It says on there L ignition. See if you can see it. Fuck, lighting sucks. There it is, ignition. L ignition. Okay. So what I did, I'm not gonna connect it underneath that panel there. You can see a yellow wire. I'm not gonna connect it underneath that yellow, harness right there, because it has its own little port, but that has constant power running through it. So when you have constant power running through it, of course this little guy is going to stay on. So what you're going to have to do is find an ignition feed and get rid of that. Find an ignition feed. What I did, I'm going to connect it to my cigarette lighter, because the cigarette lighter actually has an ignition feed. You will also need a tester. If you don't know how to use one, they're inexpensive and you can find them at AutoZone for $5. So I did that, and as you can see, I connected. I'm just going to do a quick test to show you that I am not lying. So I'm gonna get my key. Where's my key? There's my Honda key. Now check it out. There you go. Bam, bam, bam. That's it. So now that thing's on, I'm gonna test my fog lights. So I'm just going to test them by connecting this little guy here. Like I said, this is just a test, and the power supply. So that light's still on with the ignition, and I just click it on. The second light comes on. Alright, so now let me get my two power wire. That's kind of hard to do with one hand. Hold on one second. Okay, so now that's connected, and now we're going to test the fog lights. Secondary light, bam! And there you have it. Working fog light test. So my friends, thank you for watching. This is Mr. Ochoa. Hit me up, hit me with comments, and tell me what you think.